podcast.
Is it a classic though?
Is it?
I guess we can discuss. Days Before Rodeo, Travis Scott. Some people call it a mixtape. We're going to not. This shit was definitely an album, and a stellar one to be exact.
Especially during this transition in time for rap music. This was definitely a transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Singles include "Don't Play," featuring Big Sean and Mamacita. Who was all on Mamacita? Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug. Songs like "The Prayer," "Drug," "You Should Try It," "Skyfall," "Zombies," "Backyard," "Basement."
Quintana Part 2.
Quintana Part 2. I skipped right over that. Holy shit.
I ain't gonna lie. This was the album that made me a Travis Scott fan. Like, I wasn't a fan before then. Like, I was hearing a couple songs. I was like, all right, he's pretty dope. But when I heard this, I was like, this made me a diehard Travis Scott fan. Like, soon as I heard Quintana Part 2 come on, and I heard T.I. come on, I'm like, yo, Travis Scott just got a whole different ear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, this dude is on a whole nother time, man.
Yeah, most certainly, man. And what I would say is, like, he even pulled from some of the best producers, had a lot of them really early. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had Metro Boomin really early in his career and made one of his best songs with him in Skyfall. So, and he really brought out, like, honestly, the Skyfall song sort of made me a Young Thug fan, if I'm being honest. So, you know, this song really, I mean, this mixtape, album thing, project really did bring a lot to the game. He had a lot to offer. And I honestly think that this should have been Rodeo. This should have been the album.
That's a different conversation. This should have been Rodeo.
Yeah, just like Detroit 2 should have been Hall of Fame. Days Before Rodeo should have been Rodeo.
Nah. I feel like maybe Birds in the Trap should have been Rodeo. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like, all right, I'm Travis Scott, the rapper artist.
I mean, but this was a great way to introduce you to him.
Right, so imagine if Birds in the Trap came on right after that.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True, yeah.
Pick Up the Phone came right after that.
Yeah. You got a point. Yeah. What do y'all think? If Rodeo didn't exist, would Travis Scott have a higher average when it comes to great albums? Because, you know,
that was just okay.
Is so recent.
Yeah, that is. And
Birds of the Trap Saber Night was a great album.
Was.
And they both, like, dwarf Rodeo. You know what I'm saying? Just by him only having them 3 albums, Rodeo, you know, usually people's first album is their best. You know, when they are spending their career trying to top it. But we have another significant situation here with him. You know, with Travis Scott, because he literally destroying his old shit. But I think that might be his tolerance to actually use collaborators, maybe.
And want to get better. Because even with Birds in the Trap, he was like, he said, like, you know, I'm going to take a seat back on my production and I'm going to work on my raps a little more. You know what I'm saying? I remember him saying that. So it's all about growth. It's like you want to work on your craft. So
exactly. I mean, and from here, it just definitely looks like he did a lot of the bulk of the writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see too many writers' names on this project. So this was in a time where he was just more in tune and he was closer to that creative source. You know, we can start from The Prayer. Amazing intro. You know,
T.I.
Powerful. Yeah. I love that fucking intro.
Definitely.
That was the song.
I thought The Prayer was from T.I. too. Or was I'm thinking about he got an intro with Tip, bro.
No, nigga. You talking about on the album. On Rodeo.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
And that's not T.I., I don't think. It might be, but it might not. I don't know. But yeah, so but that song is great. Mamacita, I wasn't the super fan of that song.
It was cool.
It was ringing off.
They was hot. They was the 2 of the hottest artists at that time.
It was ringing off. And I had a later appreciation for Quintana Part 2, even though I was a fan of the first one. I don't know. especially maybe once the beat dropped for T.I. later on.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, he's going back to that vibe. You know what I'm saying? That he was giving off at first. So
yeah.
I definitely had an appreciation for that one.
Drugs you should try, man.
Boy,
that
love
is
that shit.
Amazing song.
If you ever had a pothead, druggy girl that you fucked with, and y'all fucked with each other tough, usually when y'all were fucked up, oh man, that song rang off for you.
Yeah, that song is wild.
Woo! Don't Play was one of my gym songs, and it still is.
Yeah, still on my playlist to this day.
So, one of my inspirational songs.
I low-key, my 8-year-old, I made him a fan off that song.
Nice.
He know what Travis Scott is. He be on Fortnite watching him and stuff from that song.
Yeah, that's it, man.
We became fans together.
You gotta look out for Alan Ritter, man. That nigga's name, he pops up. I'm telling you, he's one of the fucking silent assassins that niggas don't really recognize. But that nigga's on hits, like joints. Fucking all day, Kanye, like he on Drake joints all through his shit. Like all of the best joints. Alan Ritter, anybody that's a music nerd, look him up. That nigga's a monster.
Skyfall.
Fire. Amazing. Not fire. Amazing. Nigga, I love fucking Scott. Anybody that's a Travis Scott fan, that turned me on. Like I didn't know too much. And then I caught, because I heard Quintana, I seen the video as a Jam of the Week. Didn't really pay attention back then.
Like it was cool, it was just like...
Yeah, but once I heard that song, I'm like, alright. Because I think I seen, the first time I heard about it, he was in the booth with Metro Boomin, and it was like a 2-minute clip of them, nigga, creating the song. And I'm like, that shit look hard.
When that beat switched and it switched back, I was like... this the same song? That's what I thought, because usually you just let the shit play. I'm like, this the same song.
No more.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, amazing.
Young Thug, I feel like that was a song where it gave us a different look on Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? It put him in a different bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't expecting that. Like I said, it kind of sort of made me a fan. I really wasn't expecting that kind of performance. I'm like, I got to go backwards on them now.
Zombies, great song.
Sloppy
Toppy, that'll probably be the only skip.
I'm
my
skipping
least
favorite.
I'm skipping that.
Yeah, for sure. Probably the least favorite on the whole joint. Basement
freestyle. Crazy.
Nigga,
Backyard. Crazy. Gray, probably one of my favorite songs on there.
Nigga, and back.
You know what I'm saying? This is a classic, bro. This is a classic.
I honestly can give it classic status, man. It's not hard for me either, man.
Like, even on with the impact and everything, this was during like a weird transitional period to that sing rapping type stuff that started to go on during that time. You know what I'm saying? Because what year was this?
What was it? 2014.
So that's when, like, 2014. So that was like around the time Uzi and all them started popping. Future got super high. You know what I mean? So that, yeah, man.
This is definitely a classic album, dog. A solid 5 out of 5. Like I said, I really just
with the production, yeah,
man. I really just wish that it could have been his album. I really just wish it could have been an album.
I mean, but during that time, though, it's kind of like we start going into that time where is it a project or is it a mixtape? Who cares? It's the same thing. Yeah,
just
you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
For the fans, like, but at the end of the day, not really, because when you at the labels, it matters. You know what I'm saying? Because you could put out a joint that's as amazing as this, and it doesn't count towards your career. It's like a gimme. You know what I'm saying? Like you also heat it up. You gotta heat it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, how do I heat it up and still deliver a great album?
This is the prayer.
Yes. Amazing. And it's a mixtape song, so we probably won't get no trouble for that. Once again, mixtape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man, but this is obviously the life of a young man on the road going fucking nuts, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's all, man. Like, it was such an amazing body of work, and he deserves his flowers right now.
Even
man.
like, even with the lyrics and everything, you think the lyrics was to par?
Not necessarily, but it was what I expected from him as a fan at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of just expected turn up music. And that's why I understand why he got him a Don Tolliver, and why Don, I was so impressed with the fact that he was still performing. Yeah, that's why I was so surprised that he was still performing well in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Is because I knew he was over there in the Cactus Jack sweatshop. You know what I'm saying? Putting joints together for that nigga because he sounds too similar. You know what I'm saying? To Travis Scott to not be writing for him right now.
I mean, everybody kind of does though.
I don't know, man. He sounds like a baby. Travis, nigga, his voice is just weird. You know what I'm saying? But if you take his lyrics, nigga, and make it a Travis Scott song, that after party song will be a super smash by now. Like, I can't wait to go play that shit on next Saturday. I can't wait.
Yeah, that is that shit, though.
Like, that shit so hard. That album, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. You don't think that nigga Travis would have made that as in this period?
Yeah, you right.
That's the same music, nigga. If you want that useful him, he found that shit, nigga.
So how many classics do Travis got?
Travis might have 2 classics, nigga. Go. My bad. A go.
2? I'm gonna say probably 2 or 3.
What else you give him?
Man, even though it's still recent, Astroworld might be a classic, dog.
Okay, actually, right.
Like
Birds of the Trap Sing McKnight, man. That's a classic album.
Man.
It's early. That's another episode.
Man, but that's 4 years. That's kind of not
it's
early.
early. No, it ain't. It's early, man. It's kind of early. It ain't.
Right. Like, that might be an exception to the rule, because,
right.
man, that shit is amazing. Even his first joint, you know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Pick up the phone, still rings, and wonderful rings in the right circles. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the whole thing is just a vibe. Even the way he was doing his collaborations and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And that's why I was so glad. A few episodes ago in the Neuralink episode that you guys should go out and watch, that I brought up the fact that Bryson Tiller was dirty macking on the first take song on Trap Sing McKnight, because he was really hating on her current guy, like super hating. Like, oh, bro, why won't you just pick up the phone? So now you bugging her, and you mad because I got more money than you? Like, he said all of that shit in the song. Like,
yeah, he did.
Got you out in the hills, doing all type of shit that I can't do for you.
But he ain't have what we had.
Right, he can't really love you. Like, he was hating.
He doesn't have a trap soul.
Period. He can't capture lightning in a bottle like me. Like that. I just had to bring that back. Like I said, y'all should watch that whole episode. It was a great one.
But what y'all think, though? How many classics Travis Scott got?
How many classics does he have? I'm really interested to know what you guys think.
Some people might say Rodeo might be a classic. I don't think so. I'll still play maybe 3-4 songs.
There's about 4 of them on there, you know what I'm saying, that I can really appreciate. Nightcrawler being one, like, that's one of my, like, I'm getting dressed to go out. I love that shit. When the night comes, oh, when the night comes. What that nigga Chief Keef say? Order more models. Order more bottles. Shots on island. It's so hard.
Pornography and 90210.
Love pornography, and I love 90210 too. Love 90210 too. No 90210 type chick. Everybody knows 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just 1.
So we have been talking about Big Sean. So Big Sean or Travis? Big Sean or Travis? They both came on in 2010s. You can't say that they're removed from each other.
Yes, they are though. They removed now because I haven't checked Big Sean's writer credits.
Okay.
You gotta compare him to a Diddy nigga, Kanye. Can't put this nigga in the race with the best. You can't. So you can't really even match them. Musically, he will beat him. He might be.
Album for album, hit for hit, feature for feature.
He might win. But
I don't know.
You went and got the best too. Like you ain't even like. They say Stara and Sci-Hi was everywhere, nigga, all over this nigga's last shit. So it's kind of like you didn't just go get anybody, nigga. You got the go-tos to write your album.
So you say you going Sean?
Sean might have to beat him just because
And Sean outshine people on the song CB Bar.
He's done his thing and he's put in the work to let us know that he can do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Cause like on Burn with Meek Mill, who had the best part? They was going bar for bar with each other.
Yeah. Even on verse, you're right. Even on features, you're right. He's always held his own.
So no man.
Yeah.
We have to come back to that one.
It's definitely a great question. What do y'all think? Big Sean or Travis Scott? Please let us know. I'm glad you brought this whole thing full circle. This is definitely an interesting conversation that I'm willing to have. Don't be mad at me if I don't respond to the shit y'all tag me in on Facebook because that's what we do a podcast for. We can do a segment where people ask us questions and we can answer them on the pod. We can get you a producer.
Yeah, let's do that.
But we definitely are not going to answer questions on social.
Yeah, we definitely should do that.
So yeah, most certainly, man. Especially the Patreon viewers, man. Patreon viewers, give us the questions. We'll go ahead, lock in. Unless you're a Patreon viewer, you can't ask us no questions. Don't tag us and shit, because you don't even like the show like that. So if you don't respect our opinions, to go ahead and get the Patreon, don't tag us in your questions, man. It's only $5. $5, nigga. This show is sponsored by our Patreon. Nigga, so go ahead, click the link that's in the description down there. It might be a link in my bio. And pay us $5, man, and become a part of the show. We got to come up with like a name for the people that like join us. Oh, well, it's the Wake and Bakers. Fuck it. Yeah, it's the Wake and Baker. Become a Wake and Baker. Join our Patreon. It's $5. We might make a different tier of it, maybe a more expensive tier where people can come to the show. Maybe at that tier they can ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? And do all of that shit. But the $5 tier, you'll at least be able to get the exclusive video. You'll get the podcast before anybody else gets it. So make sure y'all lock in with us, man. It's the Wake and Bake Podcast.